So I said I'd do this quite a while ago, and this is a sort of a guide to the types of headphones that you can get, and it's just a video to help you decide which type of headphones to buy. And when I say type, I mean you've got in-ear headphones, you've got on-ear headphones, you've got over-ear headphones, and then within those headphones you've got open style headphones and closed style headphones. And I'm going to help you, hopefully, in choosing the style of headphones that you are going to buy, depending on the situation that you're going to be in when using those headphones. Now, the situation that you're going to be in, I've split up into 3 categories, and that is indoor/home, which is like where I am now. That's the type of situation that I'm on about for being indoor. Then there's outdoor/travel, so that's going to work and back or whatever. And then there's exercise/working out. So that's the 3 categories that I've split it into, and I'm going to go through each style of headphones and whether it suits that specific situation or not. And as to use as examples of those types of headphones, I'm going to be using the JVC range of extreme explosive headphones, and they have one of each style, so I'm going to be using all 3 of them throughout this video. So we'll start off with indoor/home. So here are the JVC Extreme Explosive headphones. Now these are just examples of the styles of headphones that we are going to be talking about. I have done video reviews on these 2 specific headphones, and you will be able to click on a link at some point during this video to see those reviews if you wish. But that is not really what we're talking about today. We're not talking about these headphones specifically, we're talking about these styles of headphones. These being the over-ear, these being the on-ear, and these being the in-ear. So let's start off with the indoor/home. So starting off with the indoor/home situation. Now, I've got 3 factors that come into play when choosing headphones, and that's how comfortable they are, sound cancelling, and sound isolation. They're what I think are that and how they look. That's what I think are the most important factors when buying headphones. When you're indoor/home, how they look doesn't make a difference at all, because you're not going to be out with strangers, or you're going to be in somewhere where how they look doesn't actually matter. So that isn't a problem at all. So that doesn't affect the choice of any of the styles of headphones. How comfortable they are, I think, is probably the most important thing for the home situation. And that's because when you're at home, you're more likely to sit and watch a 2-3 hour long movie, or listen to music for long periods of time. Now, what I've come to expect from the on-ear style of headphones is that you can't really wear them for that long without your ears starting to hurt. And because of the nature and the whole style of these headphones, they put pressure on the whole of your outside of your ear, which causes your ears to hurt after a while. So in terms of how comfortable the styles of headphones are, these tend to be the worst. The in-ear style of headphones, they tend to put a tiny bit, and that is if the headphones don't fit perfectly. They tend to put a tiny bit of pressure on the inside of your ear, but to an extent where it doesn't actually matter for them, because it's so little that it won't affect you. It won't mean that you have to take the headphones off for a while like it would with the on-ear style of headphones. Now, the over-ear style of headphones, on the other hand, they don't touch your ears at all, in terms of they don't put pressure on them. So in terms of how comfortable the headphones are, over-ear headphones tend to be the best style of headphones. Now, sound isolation. I don't think sound isolation is that big a deal when you're at home. And that's because, you know, you're not out in public, you're not sitting on a bus and you don't want a whole load of people to be able to hear what you're listening to. You know, you might be a £260 rugby player or American football player, and you don't want people to realise that you're listening to Britney Spears. When you're at home, it doesn't matter. So sound isolation isn't a big deal at all. And to be quite honest, if you're at home and you've got family around, and your family are going to know that you're listening to Britney Spears anyway. So, like I said, sound isolation isn't a big deal in my eyes when you're at home. Sound cancelling, on the other hand, can be a bit of a deal when you're at home. It can be of slight importance. Say, you know, if someone else is listening to music and you don't want to hear theirs at all. So, in terms of sound cancelling, this is without the actual sound cancelling feature. This is just the headphones themselves blocking out sound. The in-ears tend to be the best, the on-ears tend to be nearly as good, and the over-ears tend to be the worst. So I'm going to conclude the indoor/home situation now. Concluding the indoor/home situation, I have decided that yes, in terms of sound cancelling, the in-ear headphones are the best out of them all. How comfortable they are is actually more important, and that means that I've come to the conclusion that the over-ear style of headphones tend to be the best for your home situation. Then you've got the in-ear and then the on-ear. The on-ear is the worst style of headphones to buy at home, and the over-ear are the best. So now it's on to outdoor/travelling. This one is a little more complicated than the home situation, because there is different situations within the outdoor/travel, so I'll get to that in a second. So before I go into the outdoor/travel side of things, I've split that in itself into two different situations, which I call static travel and dynamic travel. Now you might be thinking, static travel? You're not moving, but you're moving. So what I mean by static travel is you're travelling from one place to another, but you're not physically moving yourself. So that could be on a bus, it could be on a train, could be on a metro, could be any form of movement from one place to another, but without you actually moving yourself. And then dynamic travel, what I class dynamic travel is like walking, biking, anything where you're physically moving. Obviously, being in a car, if you're driving a car, you're technically moving, but you're also sitting down. But I'm not really gonna class that as anything, because obviously, you know, there's safety laws and everything, and you can't listen to headphones in the car while you're driving yourself. So really, that doesn't even come into play. So there's static travel and there's dynamic travel, and let's get on to outdoor/travel. So now you understand what I mean by static and dynamic travelling. I will get to that at the end, and I will tell you how that affects your choice in type of headphones that you might buy. But in general, for outdoor/travel, the four characteristics again, you've got how comfortable they are, how they look, sound isolation and sound cancelling. I'm going to start with how they look. In general, for how they look out travelling in public, it does actually matter. The over-ear style of headphones, you wouldn't really want to wear them in public, and that's because they look too big. They attract too much attention in a bad way. so they tend to be a no-go area for public use. The on-ear style of headphones, they tend to attract attention in a way of, if you're walking past someone, or if you're sitting down on the bus, people will, out the corner of their eye, they will notice that you're wearing headphones, and they'll look at you to see what type of headphones you're wearing. So if you want to attract attention, so people know what type of headphones you're wearing, for example, if you're wearing expensive headphones, you might want people to know that you're wearing expensive headphones, so they might be a way to go. The in-ear style of headphones, they tend to be a lot more discreet. So if you don't really want to attract attention, if you want to sort of stick to yourself, the in-ear headphones tend to be the best in terms of looks. Now, how comfortable they are when you're travelling, I know you want to travel in comfort or whatever, but in general, most people, I'm not saying that everyone, but most people won't be travelling for as long as they would be watching a movie at home. I know some people will be on the train for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever. I know there are some people, but in general you might be travelling 30-40 minutes. You might even be travelling 20. So how comfortable they are tends to be less of a factor in choosing the style of headphones when you're travelling. Sound isolation, on the other hand, like I said before, a £260 rugby player does not want everyone to know that they're listening to Britney Spears. Sound isolation is definitely important for a lot of people when they're travelling. And that means that, again, the over-ear style of headphones tend to be a no-go, and that's because, like I explained before, they don't touch the ears at all. They don't create any sort of connection. It tends to be more of the headband that holds them on. So they tend to leak a lot more music, noise, whatever, from the headphones, but also because of their size and because of the distance away from the ear, they tend to be a lot louder. So there's not only a lot more noise to leak, but they tend to leak more. So they tend to, again, be a no-go. The on-ear tend to be in the middle, because they don't leak as much as them, but they leak more than them. So they tend to be in the middle in terms of sound isolation. The in-ear, on the other hand, they tend to be the best, and that's because they are so close to your eardrum compared to the other two that they don't have to produce that much noise for it to sound just as loud. So they don't actually produce as much noise as the other two do, but also the connection between them and your ear is better by far than the other two. So they leak less, but they also have a lot less noise to leak. So they are the best for sound isolation. In terms of sound cancelling, like I said again, the connection between them is the best. Between the headphone and the ear on these ones is the best, and they're the worst. So again, these seem to be in the middle, these seem to be the best, and these seem to be the worst for sound cancelling. So I hope that helped with the 4 characteristics on the headphones. However, with the static and dynamic travel, which I talked about before, the static travel, it's not going to matter whichever set of headphones you buy, they're all going to perform as well as they're going to perform. However, with dynamic travel, it's a little different. If you're on the bike, if you're running, I don't know why you'd be travelling running. That would be more exercise than travelling. But if you were walking or cycling or whatever, the in-ear style headphones, they might perform well, but there's a good chance that they'll keep falling out. Whereas a set of headphones with a headband, like the on-ear and the over-ear style of headphones, they will be more secure, they will fit better for your specific situation. They are better suited. So yes, maybe getting the on-ear style headphones might be worse in terms of the full characteristics than the in-ear, but they will be a lot more secure in terms of travelling. So I think it's on to exercise now. So in terms of the exercise situation, this isn't a whole static dynamic thing. Exercise is you're moving, so it's all dynamic. Now that being said, you can't have bulky headphones for certain situations. Now, when I want to talk about what headphones to buy if you're going to be exercising, I am, and I have justification in doing this, I am going to say they are literally, they are out of the picture completely. There's no way you can have over-ear headphones for exercise whatsoever. It's really a choice between in-ear and on-ear headphones. On-ear headphones can get in the way during exercise, and that means that the in-ear are sometimes better than the on-ear. However, again, with the whole dynamic thing, there's a chance that they'll be pulled out and the on-ear better for the secure fit. It's really just you're gambling either way when it comes to the exercise situation. But again, in terms of comfortability, if that's a word, and it is a word because I'm saying it, so therefore it's a word, they're more comfortable than them. And when you're exercising, you do kind of want to be as comfortable as possible while making yourself uncomfortable. So they win in that situation. In sound isolation and sound cancelling, sometimes sound isolation is important, but I think when you're exercising, you do tend to not look your best. So what headphones you wear, what music you listen to, people probably don't actually care, because you're probably making or looking a fool, should I say. Sound cancelling, on the other hand, that is sometimes important if you're in the gym. All gyms are loud, however big or small they are, and it's, again, the in-ear tend to be the better pair for sound cancelling. So it's really just they're the best for working out with, because they are less restrictive and they perform better. However, if you do want the secure fit, say you're running on a treadmill, if you're doing like cardio or whatever, the on-ear tend to be the better set of headphones. So I'm going to put you back up to my face and conclude the whole thing now. So with all of that done, I just wanted to say, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, this is not where I normally make the videos. I normally make the videos at desk, and it's a lot more bright and not boring like this. I will be making my videos in future in this area if I need the space, which I did as I was using 3 different sets of headphones. I just wanted to make it easier and clearer, so I made the video here. I hope I helped you in the styles of headphones and helped you choose your headphones when choosing which headphones to buy, choosing between one or the other. I hope that did help. If you want me to do any sort of guides on any other videos, if you want me to do guides on any other specific products or whatever, like mice or keyboards or anything, you can go over to the website, which is linked below, and you can go on the section for asking questions, requests, stuff like that. And if you want a specific product, say headphones, if you want a specific any product, you can put your requests in there, and I will have a look at that and see if it's worth reviewing. But other than that, I'm Hal Thompson. You've been watching a Hal Tech TV video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, or whatever you want to do. And goodbye.